Hello, fiber friends. I am Cherie Spain of Sew Hooked on Treasures, and welcome to my first video today. I'm actually going to be talking about printing your own fabric labels at home. Not only are they good for your quilt projects, you can also use them for your crochet projects, like my Horizons cable cow that just released on the 26th. I have it sewn right onto there. You can use them on your knitting projects. You can use them on your bags. I've used it on my ultimate carry-all bag also. So you can use it for so many different things in order to print on. You don't have to just stick to one size. It gives you flexibility. It gives you creativity. You can do all kinds of things. You're not even limited to just black and white. You can get colorful with it, use the color on your printer, whatever the case may be. So some of the things that you're going to need is one is a inkjet printer, not a laser printer. Those get too hot and won't work well with the fabric and the freezer paper you're going to print with. So you'll make sure you have a inkjet printer, which you can use black and white or you can use color. Either way, just depends on your fabric and what colors you would choose, but those work fine. You need your fabric. I have here just a selection from my stash of Riley Blake's confetti cottons, so you can use whites. That's always a simple go-to. The reason why I started doing this because I wanted more than just white. So you can use your colors. You can even use prints that are in your fabric selection. Those work too. Again, be careful of the color you choose on your ink if you use something other than just black. I have here the Kisses print from Riley Blake also, and those work amazingly. What I would caution you against are using fabrics that have prints that are printed on, so to speak, kind of like the rose gold from the Sparkle collection from Riley Blake. Yes, I love those, but as much as I love those, they do not make for good printing of labels. The ink does not adhere well to the rose gold that's on top of the fabric, so, or however it's attached to the fabric, I guess you should say. I can't say it's on top, but either way, the ink does not stay well on those. So I would save these for something else. You will also need your ruler, rotary cutter, cutting mat, and an iron. Importantly to note is that you will need freezer paper to support your fabric. Not wax paper, freezer paper. I have made that mistake before. That's why I'm emphasizing freezer paper, not wax paper on your project. You will cut your freezer paper to the size of whatever paper fits into your printer, whether that's regular 8.5 by 11, legal size for my European friends online, also A4, doesn't matter either way. Whatever fits into your into your printer is what size you should cut your paper. Now, your fabric should also at least be, or say at the maximum, be the same size. Some printers, I will caution you, it's helpful to have it just slightly less than the size of the paper, so like an 1/8 of an inch less on the sides. It helps with the feeding, but that's an experiment that you should probably play with on your printer and how it works. Once you have gotten your fabric and your freezer paper cut, you want to iron them together onto the shiny side. That's what actually helps it stick, kind of like a Post-it. It's very temporary, but that helps it feed through and stabilize it through the printer. Once you have prepped that and you have printed, you feed it through your printer how you normally would, and out comes your beautiful fabric labels. They will be on your fabric of choice with the freezer paper on the back. You simply peel it away. I like to use a medium or lightweight fusible to the back to help stabilize it. It also helps with fraying if you are worried about that and you like a cleaner look. I like the raw edge look. That's how I like mine. That's totally personal preference. You can use so many different ways to create your labels, whether it's Canva.com, which you can get really crafty with the designs they have already online. You can also use something like Google Slides or PowerPoint to make your designs too. Either way, they're super simple and very easy to use with printing them. As long as your printer communicates with your computer or mobile device, you're good to go. You can customize the sizes. I use so many different ones depending on what I'm creating. What it's going on is what size I create, whether it's something larger or sort of a medium size. Those are options. I even have as small as these. I use these a lot for my hats and ear warmers, and makes them so you have them and it's not too big and bulky on the sides of those kind of pieces. So have fun, play with it, be creative, make them however you want. I would love to see your designs if you ever decide to try this. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you, and I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining me today.